What is up, everybody? This is going to be another video where I'm having limited to very little um, commentary. I'm still watching this Funko stream, so I basically recorded the Raiders game and now I'm recording this back to back. But we are at 12-3. Kansas City is still at 13-2. Hopefully they can lose and we can win, and then we'll be tied for maybe the first seed. Who knows? But we're going against the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 5-10. That should be an easy win. It's at SoFi Stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. Can't wait for that. I will be doing, a heads up here, I will be doing a season 2 of the Broncos. Just because a few weeks ago in our franchise, we had the opportunity to build a new stadium if we wanted to, or we could upgrade the old one. And I decided to build a new one because we got Russell Wilson, we got some new pieces, we got new energy, a new revamped system running here. We're going to make it great. The stadium's going to be beautiful, so we're going to be looking forward to that next season. And yeah, let's get into this game, guys. And I will be done talking. So enjoy it. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video after this. So peace out, guys. Enjoy.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 17-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Williams able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, and that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Micah Hyde. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Defense.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Fant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now Gordon on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Touchdown, Chargers! Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see they're in second place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. That's the important thing. They currently have the best record among the wild card contenders, but they want to make sure they finish this season strong.
And isn't that the case each and every year about one division that ends up being the top-loaded division? And unfortunately this year, it's theirs. But you could spin it and say, hey, they've been tested, and they've beaten a lot of good teams already. They will be prepared for the playoffs.
And he's got this down to the 35. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 9, Wilson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with it. And now it's 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight. Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Play action. It's Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot. That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Receiving team.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, That's a flag coming out every time.
The holding penalty and negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. They'll run with Boone here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll go with Boone, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got his tight end, Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 31, Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, the put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert back to the air. And this is Cook with the grab. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it a 2nd down. Herbert now. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Mike Williams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice. And now, well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 1st down, Wilson. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. 2nd and 2. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Wilson. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Herbert's throw taken in by Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This is Gordon on the dump off. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Herbert on 1st down now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Allen. And getting this just shy of midfield, spotted at the 49. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. Room here to run. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Hopkins with the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, Stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Denver, they run their record to 13-3 now on the year. So that'll do it for us.